Hey coin lovers! Welcome to the Worth Old Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video we're revealing the top 5 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection, so don't skip this video. Let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The Elizabeth 25cents 1980 coin from Canada is a significant and historically rich coin that symbolizes both the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II and the evolution of Canadian coinage in the late 20th century. Minted by the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, this coin belongs to the long-running series of Canadian quarters that have featured the image of Queen Elizabeth II since 1953. The obverse side of the coin displays the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold McKim, an acclaimed British sculptor, and in this portrait, the Queen is shown wearing a tiara known as the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift she received before her marriage in 1947. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II de Regina, which is an abbreviation of the Latin phrase, Elizabeth II de Grazia Regina, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This inscription represents the Queen's divine right and her constitutional role as the monarch of Canada, a Commonwealth nation. The reverse side of the coin features one of the most iconic images in Canadian numismatics, the caribou, a species native to the northern regions of Canada. This design was created by Emmanuel Hahn in 1937, and it has remained on the Canadian quarter for decades, symbolizing the strength, resilience, and natural beauty of Canada's wilderness. The word Canada appears at the top of the coin, the denomination 25 cents at the bottom, and the year L 1980 is displayed beneath the caribou. The simplicity and elegance of the design capture the essence of Canada's identity, blending royal tradition with the nation's deep connection to nature. The 1980 25-cent coin was composed entirely of nickel, marking a period when Canada had already shifted away from using silver in its regular coinage, a change that occurred in 1968. The coin has a diameter of 23.88 millimeters, a weight of 5.05 grams, and features a reeded edge. These physical specifications became standard for the denomination, ensuring easy identification and durability in circulation. Millions of these coins were struck in 1980, as the Royal Canadian Mint produced large quantities to meet the needs of everyday commerce during a time when coins were heavily used in vending, retail, and transportation systems. The 1980s were also a time of economic transformation in Canada, and this coin reflects that era's practical and aesthetic priorities, a durable design that could withstand circulation while still carrying a sense of national pride. From a numismatic perspective, the Elizabeth II 25 cents 1980 coin represents the continued stability of the Canadian monetary system and the longevity of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. It holds historical value because it belongs to the middle phase of the Queen's portrait evolution on Canadian coinage, between the youthful first portrait, 1953 to 1964, and the more mature third portrait introduced in 1990. As such, collectors appreciate the 1980 issue for its balanced blend of modern minting techniques and classic design elements. Although the coin's face value remains 25 cents, its historical and sentimental worth is far greater, especially for those who collect coins from the era of Canada's growing independence and modernization within the Commonwealth. And the broader context, the 1980 Canadian quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of national identity, artistry, and continuity. The image of Queen Elizabeth II connects Canada to its royal heritage, while the caribou design proudly emphasizes its natural environment and independent spirit. Every 1980 quarter that remains in circulation today carries with it over 4 decades of history, having passed through countless hands, stores, and generations. It serves as a small yet enduring reminder of the unity between tradition and progress, monarchy and democracy, and the people and wildlife that define the heart of Canada. Top 2. The Elizabeth II 25 cents 1978 coin from Canada is an enduring symbol of Canadian identity, royal heritage, and national artistry. Representing a fascinating chapter in the evolution of modern Canadian coinage, minted by the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, this coin was part of the regular circulation series that featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, Canada's longest-reigning monarch and the head of state during that era. The obverse side of the 1978 quarter displays the elegant and youthful effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold McKim, a distinguished British sculptor and artist. In this portrait, the Queen is portrayed wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her most recognizable pieces of jewelry, which emphasizes both her grace and authority. The inscription around the image reads, Elizabeth II de Regina, a Latin abbreviation for Elizabeth II de Grazia Regina, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This inscription not only honors her role as the sovereign of Canada, but also reflects the nation's continuing connection to the British Commonwealth and its constitutional monarchy system. On the reverse side of the coin appears the timeless image of the caribou, a majestic and powerful animal that has come to symbolize Canada's northern wilderness and strength of spirit. The caribou design was originally created by Emmanuel Hahn in 1937, and it has been featured on the Canadian 25-cent piece ever since, making it one of the most enduring and beloved coin designs in the world. The reverse also includes the country's name, Canada, positioned at the top, the denomination 25 cents near the bottom, and the year 1978 placed just beneath the caribou. The combination of simple yet symbolic design elements makes this coin a miniature piece of art that speaks to Canada's natural heritage and cultural pride. The design's longevity also reflects Canada's appreciation for stability, history, and the preservation of national symbols that unite the population across generations. The 1978 25-cent coin was struck entirely in nickel, a composition that Canada adopted after phasing out silver from its regular coinage in 1968 due to rising metal prices and economic considerations. The coin has a diameter of 23.88 millimeters, a weight of 5.05 grams, and features a reeded edge which helps distinguish it from other denominations by touch and appearance. Millions of these coins were produced to support Canada's growing economy in the late 1970s, a time of modernization, inflation, adjustments, and shifting global markets. The Royal Canadian Mint, known for its precision and innovation, maintained high standards of minting, ensuring that even circulating coins like the 1978 quarter bore a refined and consistent appearance. From a numismatic perspective, the 1978 Elizabeth II quarter is valued not only for its physical design, but also for its place in Canadian monetary history. It belongs to the second portrait series of Queen Elizabeth II used from 1965 to 1989, representing a period when Canada was strengthening its independent identity while maintaining ties to its Commonwealth heritage. Though not rare in general circulation, this coin holds sentimental value for collectors who appreciate mid-20th century Canadian coins for their craftsmanship, symbolic resonance, and role in everyday life. Well-preserved or uncirculated specimens of the 1978 quarter, especially those with sharp strikes and clean surfaces, can be of interest to numismatists and historians alike, offering a glimpse into the minting techniques and cultural mood of the time. Beyond its monetary use, the Elizabeth II 25 cents 1978 coin serves as a historical artifact that tells the story of Canada's continuity, unity, and evolution. It connects citizens to both their monarch and their land, the Queen representing tradition and governance, and the caribou embodying wilderness and resilience. Each coin, whether tucked away in a collection or still passing through the hands of Canadians decades later, represents a shared heritage that bridges the past and the present. The 1978 Canadian quarter thus stands as a testament to national pride, artistic excellence, and the enduring bond between the people of Canada and their sovereign, Queen Elizabeth II, a small yet powerful emblem of a nation's history carried in every pocket. Top 3. The Elizabeth II 25 cents 1989 coin from Canada stands as a proud symbol of the nation's enduring heritage, monarchy, and artistry in numismatic design. Struck by the Royal Canadian Mint, this coin continued the long tradition of featuring Queen Elizabeth II on Canadian currency, reflecting her constitutional role as the Queen of Canada and the head of the Commonwealth. The obverse side of the coin features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II created by the renowned British sculptor Arnold Machin. This portrait, which first appeared on Canadian coinage in 1965, depicts the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift she received from her grandmother before her marriage in 1947. The inscription around her portrait reads, Elizabeth II Dei Regina, an abbreviation of the Latin phrase, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. The inclusion of this Latin legend underscores Canada's respect for royal tradition and its connection to centuries of British and Commonwealth history, while also symbolizing the Queen's long and stable reign during a time of global change. The reverse side of the 1989 quarter features the timeless image of a caribou, one of Canada's most iconic animals and a symbol of the country's northern wilderness. This design, created by Emmanuel Hahn in 1937, has remained unchanged for decades, representing Canada's enduring respect for its natural heritage and wildlife. The caribou is shown in graceful profile with majestic antlers, symbolizing strength, endurance, and freedom. Above the animal, the word Canada is inscribed, while the denomination 25 cents appears below, and the year 1989 is positioned beneath the caribou's neck. The simplicity and elegance of the design perfectly reflect Canada's national character, a balance between beauty, strength, and humility. The reverse of the coin is an artistic tribute to the land's natural majesty, one that continues to resonate deeply with Canadians and collectors worldwide in terms of physical characteristics. The 1989 Canadian 25-cent coin is composed of nickel, a durable and corrosion-resistant metal that replaced silver in Canadian coinage after 1968. The coin weighs 5.05 grams, measures 23.88 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge, which helps prevent counterfeiting and provides a tactile distinction from other denominations. Millions of these coins were minted in 1989 to support the country's growing economy and circulation needs. The late 1980s marked an era of technological advancement at the Royal Canadian Mint, which had begun implementing more efficient minting techniques, ensuring precise details and consistent quality in its coins. The 1989 quarter, therefore, reflects not only Canada's cultural pride but also its industrial progress and modern minting capabilities. From a numismatic standpoint, the 1989 Elizabeth II 25-cent coin is part of the second portrait series of Queen Elizabeth II 1965 to 1989, making it the last year this specific effigy by Arnold Machin appeared before the introduction of a new portrait design in 1990 as such. The 1989 issue holds a special place in Canadian coin history. It marks the transition between two artistic eras of the Queen's depiction. Collectors often value this coin as the farewell year of the Machin portrait, representing the end of a distinctive chapter in Canadian coinage. Although its face value remains 25 cents, coins preserved in uncirculated or proof-like condition carry higher collectible appeal due to their historical and aesthetic significance. Beyond its monetary value, the Elizabeth II 25 cents 1989 coin carries deep cultural and emotional meaning. T symbolizes a period of national stability, unity, and growing pride as Canada entered the final decade of the 20th century. Queen Elizabeth II's portrait reminds Canadians of their constitutional continuity and democratic traditions, while the caribou celebrates the vast natural landscapes that define Canada's spirit. Each coin tells a story of the people who used it, the places it traveled, and the history it witnessed. Today, the 1989 quarter endures as a tangible piece of Canada's royal and natural heritage, a modest yet powerful reflection of the country's identity. Its design continues to connect generations, reminding all who hold it of the timeless link between monarchy, nature, and the enduring strength of the Canadian nation. Top 4. The Elizabeth II 25 cents 1971 coin from Canada is one of the most historically significant and enduring pieces of Canadian currency, representing a fusion of royal heritage, national identity, and fine artistic craftsmanship. Struck by the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, this coin is part of the long-running series of Canadian quarters that feature Queen Elizabeth II, who has graced the nation's coinage since her accession to the throne in 1952. The obverse side of the 1971 quarter showcases the second official portrait of the Queen, designed by the acclaimed British sculptor Arnold Machin. In this portrait, Her Majesty is depicted wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a wedding gift she received from her grandmother, Queen Mary. The design portrays a youthful and serene queen embodying dignity, grace, and calm authority traits that defined her early reign. Surrounding her portrait is the Latin inscription Elizabeth II d.G. Regina, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This inscription is a traditional royal title that emphasizes her role as a divinely appointed sovereign and symbolizes Canada's constitutional connection to the British monarchy within the Commonwealth realm. The reverse side of the 1971 coin features one of the most beloved and enduring designs in Canadian numismatics, the caribou. This powerful and elegant image was created by Emmanuel Hahn in 1937 and has appeared on the Canadian 25-cent coin ever since. The caribou, an iconic symbol of Canada's northern wilderness, represents endurance, freedom, and the untamed beauty of the Canadian landscape. The design captures the majestic creature in profile, its great antlers reaching upward, embodying strength and natural grace. Above the image is the word Canada, while the denomination 25 cents appears below, and the date 1971 is inscribed beneath the caribou's neck. This simple yet powerful design connects Canadians to their land, heritage, and wildlife, and it remains a timeless emblem of national pride. The 1971 Canadian 25-cent coin was minted in nickel, as silver had been permanently phased out of circulating coinage in 1968 due to rising costs and economic changes. The coin weighs 5.05 grams, has a diameter of 23.88 millimeters, and features a reeded edge, giving it a distinctive feel and sound when handled. The Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of these coins to meet the needs of a growing national economy, and each one reflects the mint's precision, quality, and commitment to excellence. The 1970s were a time of transformation in Canada socially, politically, and economically, and this coin serves as a small but powerful reminder of the country's progress and modernization during that era. From a numismatic perspective, the 1971 Elizabeth II 25-cent coin is a collectible piece that captures the elegance of mid-20th century Canadian coinage. It belongs to the second portrait series of Queen Elizabeth II, used from 1965 to 1989, which is cherished by collectors for its refined design and historical continuity. While the 1971 issue is not considered rare due to its large mintage, specimens in uncirculated or proof-like condition are valued by collectors for their clarity, luster, and sharpness of detail. It marks a significant period when Canadian coinage began to fully transition into modern production methods while preserving traditional artistic integrity. Beyond its physical and monetary characteristics, the Elizabeth II 25 cents 1971 coin stands as a reflection of Canada's identity rooted in both heritage and natural beauty. The Queen's image signifies loyalty, unity, and stability, while the caribou represents the strength and spirit of the Canadian wilderness. Together, they tell a story of a nation that honors its past while looking toward the future. Over 50 years later, the 1971 quarter remains more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of pride and continuity, a tangible reminder of Canada's enduring connection to its land, its people, and its monarch. For historians, collectors, and everyday citizens alike, this coin embodies a legacy of resilience, grace, and unity that continues to define the heart of Canada. Top 5. The Elizabeth II 25 cents 1975 coin from Canada is one of the most enduring and symbolically rich coins in Canadian numismatic history, representing the nation's cultural identity, royal heritage, and connection to its vast natural landscape. Struck by the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa, this coin continued the long-running tradition of depicting Queen Elizabeth II, the constitutional monarch of Canada and a unifying figure for the Commonwealth. The obverse side of the coin features the elegant and youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, a renowned British sculptor and artist whose effigy appeared on Canadian coins from 1965 to 1989. In this iconic portrait, the Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a personal favorite and one of her most recognized jewels, originally gifted to her by Queen Mary in 1947. Around the Queen's image appears the Latin inscription Elizabeth II Dei Regina, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This phrase emphasizes the Queen's divine right to rule and highlights Canada's historical and constitutional link to the British monarchy, while also symbolizing the stability and dignity of her reign during a transformative era in Canadian history. The reverse side of the 1975 25-cent coin features one of the most iconic and enduring designs in Canadian coinage, the caribou, a powerful emblem of Canada's wilderness and national spirit. This design was created by Emmanuel Hahn in 1937 and has remained unchanged for decades, representing the country's commitment to honoring its natural heritage. The caribou, depicted in right-facing profile with tall, branching antlers, symbolizes endurance, freedom, and the untamed beauty of Canada's northern landscapes. Above the image is the word Canada, while the denomination 25 cents is displayed below, and the year 1975 appears at the bottom beneath the animal's neck. The overall composition reflects Canada's harmonious balance between monarchy and nature, two defining elements of its identity. The 1975 25-cent coin was minted in nickel, a material that had become standard for Canadian quarters after the removal of silver in 1968. This change marked an important shift in the country's coinage, reflecting economic modernization and practicality in the face of fluctuating global metal prices. The coin weighs 5.05 grams, has a diameter of 23.88 millimeters, and features a reeded edge characteristics that have remained consistent across generations of Canadian quarters. The Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of these coins in 1975 to meet circulation demands during a period of national development and industrial growth. The 1970s were a transformative decade for Canada, marked by economic challenges, the strengthening of national identity, and the growing assertion of Canadian symbols distinct from Britain's. The continued presence of Queen Elizabeth II on the coin reflected not colonial dependence, but rather Canada's proud status as a modern nation within the Commonwealth. From a numismatic standpoint, the 1975 Canadian 25-cent coin is valued for its classic design and its place within the Machin portrait series. Although not considered rare due to its high mintage, it remains a collectible piece for enthusiasts who appreciate its historical continuity, craftsmanship, and cultural symbolism. Coins preserved in uncirculated or proof-like condition are particularly admired for their sharp details and luster, offering a vivid glimpse into the artistry and technology of the Royal Canadian Mint during the mid-20th century. The The 1975 issue holds additional historical interest because it represents a period just before major technological advancements in minting and before the introduction of new queen portraits that reflected her aging and evolving reign. Beyond its monetary function, the Elizabeth II 25 cents 1975 coin carries deep symbolic significance. The Queen's portrait connects Canadians to their shared heritage and the enduring stability of their democratic monarchy, while the caribou serves as a tribute to the nation's rugged natural beauty and spirit of resilience. Each coin circulated during this period tells a quiet story of the Canadian people, their journeys, trades, and daily lives, and acts as a physical link between citizens and the nation's history. More than 50 years later, the 1975 quarter continues to be treasured not only as currency but as a piece of living history, embodying Canada's pride, perseverance, and unity under the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. It remains a timeless reminder of a nation defined by both its majestic wilderness and its enduring loyalty to the crown. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.